I told you I can't afford to rest, you know. That's the thing. I cannot afford to rest. But then these days, because I need to, my mom takes me to Stephanie's place to help out. I don't really want to, because to be honest, it's not because it's too much work, but because I think they are gonna blame me when something happens, you know. I know they are sure to blame me when something happens. And even if they don't blame me, I know I'm responsible for whatever damage I cause at their place, you know, unintentionally. That's why I'd rather not, you know. If I book onto the dentist and then I say I can't show up because I have to go to the dentist or something. And it costs a lot of money as well, going to what's that, is that Ealing Broadway? I don't even recall, you know. I don't recall, right? I can't believe it. I take the highest risks. You know, I take the highest risks for people, for everyone, including animals and humans. I take the highest. I wouldn't mind putting my life on the line for everyone. Like I told you, it's the truth. I put my life on the line for everyone. I take the highest risk for all of you. Okay. But I don't mind if you don't do anything for me in return. I don't mind, but it shows when I need help and people, you know, people just ignore me or they don't try to help me. What's the point? You know? Yeah, what's the point? What's the point? Even though there is no point, I'd still do it. Because why? I thought about it. It's like, because I form spiritual connections with you. You're always gonna live in my world. Yeah, you're perpetually residents of my world. You know, you're always gonna come back. Of course, you're all unbreakable, male and female. I understand now. Yeah, because I formed the connections. I took the risks, and I formed the connections. If the females were this strong, yeah, I'm telling you, if the females were this strong, I don't mind networking with them either. They will be useful for networking, right? It doesn't mean that I'm gonna manipulate them or use them or anything. It's like, it doesn't matter if they don't do anything. But we already formed a connection, you know. When the connections are formed, they last forever, even if you don't do anything. Even if you don't help me, even if you become enemies, like we can become enemies, but we're still connected, you know. That's the thing. People, they are Karens, you know. I give them stuff. Yeah, I shared my resources with them, and then they turn against me and tell me, you have to share, you know. You have to share. I won against you by points. I won against you. It's like, what? I didn't know that I didn't know that you spar for competition, as in you're competing while we're sparring. For points, you know. Like I said, I don't understand the scoring system. So now they hang on 唔識計分, okay. You know. Doesn't really matter. I'm not even training to compete. I don't mind competing, but I'm not training to compete, you know. I'm telling you, investing into a male dominant network is wisdom. The females, if they are stronger than male, or if they are on male level, I don't really mind. But because you're female, there will always be disadvantages, you know. It's impractical. you know, for me to fill my network with females. For me. Anyway, because of what I want to do. The world needs me to be abnormal, okay? The world needs me for what I'm chosen to do. Yeah? The world needs me for what I'm chosen to do. So, as long as I am not normal, the universe will continue to protect me. I know, that's why if they, like, I know my enemies wants the universe to stop protecting me. You know, my enemies want the universe to stop protecting me. That's why they must make me normal. You know, that is why they have to make me normal. They try to make me get a normal job or something to make me normal. But I know that if I became normal, the universe will stop protecting me. I'll be just like everyone else, but I refuse, okay? I'll definitely grow stronger. And to be honest, I think I've already surpassed JB as well. JB called me Pengyong, you know, that's what he said. But he has no proof, right? He has no proof that I'm Pengyong. I am already the best there is. I should be the best at everything. And I have no resentment towards anyone, not even JB. JB and I, we formed an everlasting connection too. But I ain't gonna rest. Yeah, I'm not gonna rest. I will never rest until I fulfilled all my goals. I will never ever rest until I fulfill all my goals. Okay. I mean, for you guys, especially Sam, to be complaining about me and saying that my love is inferior to anyone. What do you mean? I will literally tank bullets for you. I don't care if I'm not bulletproof, you know, it doesn't matter. I'll do it for your sake. Yeah. But I know the plot's armor depends on me being the main character. Yeah. I know I'm chosen. I have to be aware, always aware that I'm awakened. Always aware that I'm chosen. And I'm the only one. I am alone, I know. If I were not alone, the world will be surrounding someone else, not me. Yeah, if you're all orbiting around me, okay, since you're all orbiting around me, it means that I'm alone. I'm the only one. Okay. Yeah, these people, they want me to move to them, to cater to them. I try to travel to them, you know, but they want me to relocate. They want me to find a house where they are and move there. No, no, no. You know why? That is taking me for granted. It's going too far. Of course, I don't mind doing that, as in, it is going to cost me more, but I don't think it's worth it, you know. I don't actually mind just tanking techniques and everything and suffering injuries for you, dying for you. Perfectly fine. Here's the contradiction, isn't it? That I'm not willing to buy a house near you and live there. Do you know why? Because to do that, I have to compromise who I really am. Okay? And who I really want to be. I will not compromise who I really am and who I want to be. Okay? I refuse to compromise that. I'd rather die than to compromise my core values. Yeah? My core values. Jake is already in the trash bin. I don't know why he's still around, you know. right? I don't understand how you could still be complaining about my love, you know? Like, what's wrong with my love? My love is a love, you know? That's the thing. I only refuse to compromise my core values, compromise who I truly want to be deep down inside. That's why. That's why I refuse to be normal, because that's not who I am. That's not who I really want to be. But I am more than willing to suffer injuries and die for you, you know? I'll actually do it. But I just don't want to compromise my authenticity. It is who I really am, you know? I'm not ashamed of who I am, you know? Yeah, I'm not ashamed of who I am. I'm not ashamed of who I am. I said I didn't mind, okay, if anyone has stolen my illegal documents from me, and also my wallet as well. My wallet is already broken. I don't know why you stole it, but if you did, I urge you to return it, because I reported to the police already. Because I will have to report it to the police anyway, because I lost my passport and ID, so that's why I have to report it, right? If the police catches you, then obviously you have to pay for the consequences, but I wouldn't press any charge against you, you know. My mom will, but I won't, you know. If I don't tell my mom, then all's gonna be well. I don't know for sure who did it. My mom blames it on this friend of mine. But I don't think so. Like, it's illogical. Like, how could he hide my wallet? He didn't even bring any bag, and I've been watching him all this time as well, I think. Okay. Probably somebody connected with him or something is possible, but even if I suspect him, I think I'll be much more impressed if he's connected with the people who stole the stuff from me. If not, then not so impressive, but it's still okay. At least he said he's willing to help me with confirmation and stuff. I don't mind, like, any competition, because eventually I'm gonna outlast everyone, you know? I am gonna outlast everyone. Like I said, you know that I love you, you know that I will take any risk for you, you know, without compromising who I really am inside, my core values. I'm true weed, you know, I'm weed. Weed of GDW, you know. Ginga Densetsu weed.